So now we look at how plate starts making us more efficient. So the very first time we set up plate, it's going to be similar to a regular Origin project. We are going to scan, we are going to grid. The difference here is we do this once, we scan in plate, the tape field, and then we probe these corners, here, here, and here, and that will identify the very center of plate. So from this point on, we'll have a workspace set up on Origin at all times, ready to place files at exactly the center point of the cut window. So the reticle here identifies that. So long as we line our pencil mark up to that, we can then pop the reticle out of the way and get cutting. So let's set this up now, and we'll start looking at how we can make ourselves efficient with plate. So this is the first time Origin has seen this tape field, so we're not seeing any return to workspace information. Each one of these tape marker stickers is unique, so keep that in mind. Every plate is going to be unique, but your particular plate will show up as recognized once you scan these in. So I'm going to go new scan, start scan, and I just do this the same as I always do, just smoothly and slowly move around, scan the whole thing in, and then hit finish. It's worth doing that cautiously and slowly because this is your sort of reference workspace. So I'm going to give that a name, and we'll just call it Plate Center Ref. Done. Okay, so this is now what I'm going to use to create my grid. Once again, we're going to identify this center point right here so that any future files we place, we're confident they align with that. So to do that, I have my 1/4 inch shank exposed here, and I'm going to use that to probe these points, just using the standard grid technique here. So I'm going to create a new grid. It's asking me to lower and just double check the dimension of my cutter. I've been using an 8mm cutter here, so I need to update that to 1/4 inch. And then I just set my depth. And I'm just looking down here to make sure it's not touching the bottom, but it is touching the edge of this little detail here. So accept the depth. Now, one other thing worth noting, you'll notice I'm touching on the bottom of this probe. So we flip this and use the bottom edge. We can flip through center, top, bottom. So for this particular one, we're going to use the bottom, except click 1, and then we're drawing the x-axis across the center of plate, and I'm just lightly touching it against the bottom there again, accept, and then we come up near the top here. I can see my little marker at the top. Now, I can either go to depth, raise up my cutter and bring it over, or I can just look down the bottom here and see that I'm fitting in this little element here. So just dropping in there, and then you'll notice this edge is curved and the other edge is dead straight. So I'll move over and touch that edge, and then once again, I don't want the center of this, I want the right hand edge. So touching lightly, probe 3, we retract. Now when we go back to the center here, I'll have a look. That's the very center point of my grid, and I can just look down there and confirm that the center of my cutter is right above. So from this point on, with this workspace, we can place geometry and confidently know we're in the dead center of our cut window. So the difference here is we do this once with plate, and then we can recycle that scan from that point on.